So, well, how many years have I said, look, there's going to come a time and not that far away where you're going to go in and you're going to have a beer or two, you go to another pub, maybe have a beer or two, and then they'll say, sorry, government has said you have reached your allocated social credit score limit of, name it, whatever it is. That include meat, anything that you are consuming at this moment without a care in the world. Government is about to intervene in that, big style. And of course this continues with the attack on pubs, because let's face it, initially people will be like, well, why risk the shame of being refused? And remember also, a glance, one sweep, it blows away another aspect of the norm in many community pubs. People buying rounds. All right, pal, how you doing? Blah, blah. I'll get this one, but, that'll be out the window. Because, sorry, you'll need to have facial recognition, a chip somewhere, blah, 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 for you to continue this transaction. I mean, look, I said it before, over time they're not even going to need bar staff, because what's the point of interacting when you're going to relate to them and more by the day as enforcers of something? So it's not exactly going to be the most cordial conversation. And I gave examples even years ago about certain colleges and unis, and there wasn't any bar staff anyway. It was just a bunch of pumps on the wall, of which, card or chip, phone wave, and you're pulling the thing yourself. I wonder if that'll have an issue on YouTube. Anyway, Fanar. But yeah, the apathy is absolutely astounding. I thought even naively years ago people would give a shit about that. And how many years did I drop in links to, what was it called, the Lost Pubs Project? I could still drop that in again, but apparently who gives a shit? The West is being shredded. Every aspect of what has made our towns, villages and cities so successful and so embraced is being absolutely destroyed, and constantly under the guise of being the righteous. But let's go to comments. Now, I'm not even looking at the best. It was the newest at the time. How can 16% think it's great to be snooped on? Now, I'm wondering, was it part of that survey, or does it actually say somewhere about 16%? I think it must be about this survey. Yeah. Do you support Starmer's digital ID scheme? Well, let's get back to how can 16% think it's great to be snooped on? I'll give you some examples, even very small percentage, but the type of people. Narcissists who are being humoured. People that don't have much in the way of character, but by pretending to be somebody else, for example, and it goes with the flow and the agenda, and they benefit from it. Yeah. People like that are very much for ID tags and whatever else and blah, blah, blah. As long as it, And then, of course, this may sound sweeping, but vegans and others, why I say this, because remember, what's the agenda really attacking at the moment? Well, meat, eggs, the existence of chickens, over time, even pets, you name it, cattle, well, they're all demons now, and, X, Y, and Z. But for much in the vegan community, which, by the way, when you look at the successfulness of many cults, hold over their members is veganism, because they really don't think as well. Seriously, when you look at the New Age Brigade, most of them are vegan. It's one of the greatest ways to weaken the mind, to to be as gullible, no matter what supposed intelligence they have in the first place, to go alone and go with the flow. So you're definitely talking about much of the 10%. So yeah, you could see how that would come about. Yeah, seriously. I keep saying, look, it's all fine and dandy having this alternative community or alternative media and all the rest of it, but if they're not talking about what's going on, well, how effective are they? Yeah, again, I could do a better job. Let's see if I do it in the next vid. But hey, if you like what I do, buy me a beer or two. Subscribe even. Share if you can. And I'll speak to you soon.